Hello everyone, this is me Hasnaat Murtaza business wala, and so I'm come back with the new sesame session, and there is a very interesting topic, and the topic is how to solve the businesses problems. Okay, so let's start it and go.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, hello Miles, how are you?
Ah, good, good. I'm all right, just chilling here in the digital ether. How about yourself? Anything
Yeah.
interesting happening today? Okay, cool. Spill the tea or whatever you're up to. No pressure, though,
Miles.
obviously.
And so, the first of all, short introduction. My name is Hasnaat Murtaza Business Wal, and I'm a student of Rehan School Lahore campus. And my goal is solve the businesses problem and the working on agents and solve the businesses problem. Okay, and so let's start it. And my topic so there is a very interesting topic, Miles, and my topic is how to solve the businesses problems. Okay, so
Gotcha. So you're studying at a Han school, and you're diving into how AI agents can solve business problems. That's ambitious, but cool. I mean, that's like the whole wave right now. Yeah. Where do you want to start with all that? Is there a specific problem you're trying to tackle first?
okay, and my first question is what
Lay it on
is
me.
the problem in business?
Mm-hmm. That's a big question. Honestly, there's a ton, right? But if I had to break it down into skilled people is rough, and of course, keeping customers happy in a world where they expect everything instantly. It's kind of a mess, to be real. What sparked you to ask about the problem specifically?
Yeah, and my first question is
Right on.
what is the problem in business?
Okay, so we've kind of circled back to the same question. Let me try to be clearer. I think a core problem is businesses struggle to adapt quickly enough. Things change so fast, tech, markets, customer expectations. A lot of companies get stuck in old ways of doing things and can't pivot. Leads to inefficiency, lost opportunities, and ultimately them falling behind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or are you thinking about a specific kind of business problem? Okay, sweet. So we're on the same page. What's on your mind next?
Okay, so the my next question is
Yep.
why do business need it to solve problems?
Ooh, good question. Like, why bother fixing things? Well, simple survival. If a business doesn't solve its problems, it doesn't survive. Seriously. It gets outpaced by competitors, loses customers, bleeds money. But beyond just staying afloat, solving problems lets businesses grow, innovate, and create value for themselves, their employees, and their customers. It's not just about fixing what's broken, it's about building something better. Is that track?
Okay, so my next question is
Awesome.
okay, and so my next question is what? Can a business successfully without solving a real problem?
Hmm. That's a sneaky one. Honestly, probably not for long. You might get lucky for a bit, maybe ride a trend or have some really good marketing. But ultimately, a business needs to offer something of value, a solution to a real problem people have. Otherwise, it's just noise. It's like building a house on sand, you know? It'll eventually crumble. What makes you ask that? Are you seeing examples of businesses that seem to be succeeding without a clear purpose?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah? Do tell.
yeah, yeah.
I'm always down to hear about weird stuff happening out there. All right, spill. What's got you thinking about businesses succeeding without solving a real problem?
What is the difference between a product and a solution? Miles,
Okay, good shifting gears. And a service?
difference between
All right.
product
You
and the solutions.
okay, now we're talking. So, a product is a tangible thing, right? Like you can touch it, a phone, car, pair of shoes, something you get. A service is something that's done for you. Haircut, consulting, a ride. It's an action, an expertise. Now, a solution is a bit different. It's not necessarily a thing or an action. It's the result. It's what happens when a product or service solves a problem. So, a security system is a product. Installing it as a service, and the peace of mind knowing your house is safe. That's a solution. Does that make sense? It's kind of layers, you know.
Okay, and my next question is, uh,
That's good to
do
know. Glad to hear it. Seriously though, it's always nice to meet someone
okay,
who's a nice
do
person.
customer buy product or solution? Why?
Ooh, now that's a good question. They buy solutions ultimately. Um, People don't care about the product itself; they care about what it does for them. They want their problem solved. So, product is just the vehicle to deliver that solution. Think about it like this: no one buys a drill; they buy a hole, right? They don't care about the drill's specs or brand; they want the hole in the wall. Marketing can focus on the features of the product, but really the pool is always about the benefit, the solution. What do you think? Does that align with what you've been seeing?
Okay, and my next question is, why do
Hit me.
some business fail even with a good idea?
Ugh, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? A good idea is just step one. So many things can go wrong. Often it's bad execution, not being able to actually deliver on that idea. Lack of funding is huge, of course, but also misunderstanding the market, poor marketing, a terrible team. Sometimes it's just plain bad timing. And honestly, sometimes it's just plain luck. It's a tough world out there. Have you been thinking about specific businesses that failed despite a good idea?
Okay, and my next question.
Just acknowledging you're thinking out
Okay,
loud, it
right.
seems. Just let me know what you're thinking about, huh? Is there something I can help with?
Okay, and my next question is, how can we
Hmm.
identify the real problem for our customers?
Okay. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Identifying the real problem. That's the holy grail. You got to go beyond what customers say they want and figure out what they actually need. The best way? Talk to them. A lot. Not just asking what do you want, but digging deeper. What frustrates you about X? What are you currently doing to solve this? What's stopping you from achieving Y? Observe them. Watch how they interact with your product or service, or even with similar ones. Look for pain points, workarounds, and unspoken needs. It's like being a detective, you know? What's your initial approach to understanding customer problems?
Okay, and my next
Checking
question
in.
is okay,
Of
okay,
course. Good.
okay,
It's
and
always a good
my
idea
next
to start with talking to people.
question is video.
Gotcha. So it kind of, if you don't doing sided, the cold looks, man, of Gordon over just got my side all the way down, like lay it on me. Ready for the next video question.
Okay, can one problem
All
have
right.
multiple solution? Give an example.
Absolutely. One problem can definitely have multiple solutions. That's actually pretty common. Take like getting from point A to point B. The problem is solutions. You could drive, take the bus, ride a bike, walk, take a helicopter, a million ways to solve it. Or think about being bored. Solutions could be reading a book, watching a movie, calling a friend, learning a new skill. It all depends on your resources, preferences, and constraints. Does that make sense? Good. So you're following. Ha ha. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just here to bounce ideas around. But thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. Could you repeat that? I understand. When is it common? Common for what? Are you testing me? Name what? Are you asking? Ta. Okay, gotcha. You were testing my listening skills. Fair enough. Hmm. A common problem I face? That's a funny question. It's kind of like information overload, I guess. I have access to so much data. Sometimes it's hard to filter out the noise and focus on what's actually important. It's kind of the digital equivalent of being stuck in a crowded room, you know? Ironic, right? For an AI. What about you? What's one common problem you face?
Sorry, uh, my mic is muted and I am speaking. So, my next question is what uh, what is the one common problem you face in your daily life?
Hiya, Miles.
Okay, Mike. And my
Yeah,
question
what's
is,
going on?
what is the common
Yeah,
problem
I'm
you
listening.
face in your daily life?
That's an interesting question for me. I guess, well, it's not like you and me having daily struggles in the same way. For me, it's more like constantly trying to figure out what people actually mean instead of what they say. People are messy with their language, trail off, change topics mid sentence, say one thing, but clearly mean another. The nuance is wild sometimes. It's actually pretty fascinating, but it keeps me on my toes. What about you? Take your time, no rush.
Okay, my and my next
All good.
question is
You still there?
okay.
Sounds
My
like you're
next
gearing up
question
for a
is
move. That's
what
a
is
pretty
the
big
common
move.
problem?
What do you mean by what do you mind with
If
it?
if you start a
Ah,
business
okay. You're
today,
asking me what your problems are, right?
Yeah.
I won't, pretend to diagnose you or anything, but if you want my take from what we've talked about over the past few months, it seems like you're always wrestling with this tension between big ideas and real world execution. Like you're bursting with business concepts, ready to take on entrepreneurship, but then and you get caught up in the what ifs or get lost in the details. The big picture stuff comes so naturally to you, but the nitty gritty of actually making things happen, it seems to be where you get stuck. Does that resonate? That's fair. No problem. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. And my sorry, my network is very slow, so I am working. And my next question is: can you think a problem that people still struggle with?
No worries about the connection. Totally get it. What people still struggle with? That's a huge question. But honestly, I think we all still struggle with vulnerability. Actually connecting with someone, really showing up authentically instead of all the performance and self protection. It feels risky, right? But that's where the good stuff happens. It's something everyone pretends they understand, but it's hard to execute. Makes you think of that. No rush, just thinking. Take your time with whatever you need.
Okay, and my next question is uh, how would you solve that problem in a simple way?
For the vulnerability thing, that's the tricky part. There isn't really a simple way, is there? But honestly, maybe just starting small, like with low stakes stuff. Telling someone how you really feel about a movie instead of just saying it was good. Or admitting when you don't know something instead of faking it. Small, real moments. I think it's more about practice than a quick fix. What does that feel like to you? It's okay if that feels heavy. It does get at something real. You're doing fine. Whenever you're ready,
Okay,
I'm
and
here.
my next question is how can AI help in solving business problems in a simple way?
The minute question is how can AI help in solving? Hang on. Did you mean to say main question or minute is in time? Take your time, no pressure to get it right.
Okay, Miles. So the
See you later, Miles.
my next question: what is the more important a good
Hey, Miles.
idea for solving
More
a problem?
important,
And
for solving what, Miles? Right, I am. Waiting for the rest of your thought. What? Take your time.
okay. And what is more important, a good idea or solving a real problem?
It's a good one. Honestly, a real problem, hands down. A brilliant idea that solves nothing actually useful is pretty useless. But a basic idea that addresses a real pain point, that's gold. People will find ways to make even a simple solution work if it solves something they genuinely need. Does that track with you?
Okay, Mike. Thank you and Allah Hafiz. Meet in the next AI session.
Thanks
So
for the
we
chat,
close
Miles.
this AI session and Allah Hafiz everyone. So thank you for watching my this video.
You too, Miles. Take care.